late in the game in this. It was a tough weekend, but I finally saw Saw X or Saw 10, however you want to call it, and that movie was good. I had so much fun watching this flick, dude. Oh my god. Oh my, let me just go on record here in regards to the Saw films. It is not a real good Saw movie without John Kramer. Okay? Like, as you all know, if those of you who follow the Saw franchise, he dies at the end of part 3, and then after that they have 4 and 5 and all these other ones, right? And they were they were never that good anymore. Like, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm to buy like a physical media of it, like a 4K, I would only buy the first 3, and then I would buy Saw X. That movie was good. Now, for those of you who are not sure about this film actually takes place after the events of the first Saw. Okay? So it's between Saw 1 and Saw 2. Call it Saw 1.5. And it follows John Kramer as he's trying to still deal with his cancer. And, you see all this in the preview. He finds this group of doctors in Mexico who claim that they have a great cure for it. And then he goes and they deceive him into thinking that they cured him when they didn't. They ripped him off. They gave, they just did it for the money, so they swindled him. He still has the cancer. He's still dying. He finds out about their, nefarious plot, and then he does what Jigsaw does. He decides to play a game. Oh, yeah, and boy, does the game play. Oh, my goodness. There were like the intricate different ways. I mean, if you think about it, he had to, definitely get extra help, and we know what that help comes from if you saw Saw 2 and 3. So, and you see it in the preview again. Nothing. I'm not giving away anything here if you saw the preview. So, as far as I'm concerned, anything in the preview is free game to talk about. I liked how, in this film particularly, it feels like John Kramer's the protagonist. He's really the protagonist, or an anti-hero or something. Call him like that. That's the sense I got. Like these evil people deceived him and gave him false hope into thinking they cured his cancer when they didn't. And he decides to show them, and he says it in the preview, it's not retribution. This is a reawakening to, open your conscience. Now, is it a sick, twisted way to do it? Heck yeah. Obviously that's the whole point, right? Like you get his warped sense of justice, right? Like he thinks that he can help people in this way. And what's crazy about Jigsaw in many of these, especially the first 3 movies, is that you really see some redemptive qualities that follow in some of the people that play the game. Okay? And that's just some crazy stuff that happens with that. It makes you think, right? This isn't just some other torture movie. This is a mind bender. And this movie, Saw X, was definitely not any different. And I really put it up there with the first 3 Saw films. I liked it. I don't bother with 4 and 5. I saw a couple of those, and it didn't do anything for me. They're forgettable because Jigsaw's not in them. John Kramer's not in them. Like, his memory's there, his voice is there in tapes, or flashbacks or whatever. But he is not there, and it's just not the same without him. And they brought Tobin Bell back to reprise this role, this iconic role now, and it worked for this particular movie. It worked, and what these people go through, what this team of doctors, right, end up having to go through in order to, survive or not survive the game, it proves the point that you don't mess with people. You don't mess with their lives. You don't give them false hope. You definitely do not mess with Jigsaw. That was the wrong guy to do stupid crap to. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I was like, oh, you guys are in it for it now. Got to play that game. Got to play the game. I'm gonna give Saw X. Ready for this? I'm going to give it 4 coffee cups. That's how much I liked it. I want to get a copy of that joint. As a matter of fact, I'm going to commit myself to buy. I don't have any of the Saw movies on 4K or anything like that, but I'm going to commit myself to buy the first 3 and that one. And I'm going to shove Saw X right in between Saw 1 and 2 because chronologically, that's where it falls. All right? So I would definitely recommend to go see it. Check it out. If you're a Saw fan, you're going to love this movie. If you're into the franchise, you're going to love this movie. You're going to love that Tobin Bell is doing his thing. And you see all the elements, all the things that make Saw a Saw movie in this movie. Especially the music. I love that music at the end. When everything comes together and it gets really intense. You know that music I talk about. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. I love that crap. Oh, man. When that music comes up, I'd be like, oh, here we go. It's getting good. All right. So, have you seen Saw X? What are your thoughts on it? Talk to me. Comment below. Let me know. And please, if you like what you see here on Horror and Coffee, consider subscribing for future notifications for future Horror and Coffee content. We're in the beginning of October. More horror films to come, especially bigger stuff. You know what I speak of. So get ready for that. And until next time, this is Ralph Perez from Horror and Coffee. Take care.